This is coffee. We don't grow it in the Pacific Northwest, but we sure do love it here. And it comes from other countries. This is soft white wheat. We grow a lot of it here, but send most of it to countries in Asia. Both of these are being affected by one word that's all over the news right now.
The United States will implement reciprocal tariff, minimum baseline tariff.
Tariffs, percent tariff rate.
Coffee and wheat are just a small part of how Oregon is connected to the global economy. And those connections could soon change. About 10% of Oregon's economy is powered by international trade. Some of that is stuff we import, and some of it is stuff we export. Coffee is certainly a beloved import, but in terms of dollars, our biggest imports are things like computer parts and machinery. It adds up to about $28 billion worth of stuff, coming mostly from Japan, Taiwan, Canada, and China. Under Trump's tariffs, companies in the U.S. buying parts and goods from other countries will pay the import tax to the American government. It's an old idea.
There are government barriers to international trade. Often, the government charges a tariff or duty on imported goods. This makes foreign goods more expensive.
The U.S. has had tariffs before on specific countries or on specific goods. But these new tariffs could have a much bigger impact than before. Companies may be able to absorb some of these higher costs, but they will eventually have to pass on some of it to consumers, making prices for imported things like coffee go up. And now a lot of our trading partners are vowing to put their own tariffs on U.S. exports. Oregon exported about $34 billion worth of stuff last year. Wheat is a big one, but in terms of dollars, computer and electronic parts are far bigger. Here are the biggest buyers of Oregon's exports. Tariffs from other countries on U.S. goods means Oregon's exports will be more expensive to foreign buyers, meaning they'll probably buy less. And Oregon businesses could feel the pinch. But few companies only import or only export. A lot of businesses in Oregon do both. For example, more than 30,000 Oregonians work in the semi-conductor industry, the state's top importer and exporter. Tariffs could make imported raw materials more expensive, while at the same time reducing demand for the exported final products. The theory behind these new tariffs is that by making it harder for foreign companies to sell things here, domestic companies will respond and start to source and make more things in the U.S. Trump also says imposing large tariffs could give him better leverage to negotiate trade deals in the future. But building new U.S.-based supply chains could take years, and Trump's gamble is already having real impacts on Northwest companies. Companies like Nike, Columbia, Adidas make most of their stuff in China, and all saw their share prices drop dramatically in response to increased tariffs on Chinese imports. Some businesses are pausing new hires and delaying new facilities as they wait to see how tariffs affect their costs. Fewer imports and exports can mean less work for truckers, warehouse workers, and longshoremen, jobs that depend on companies needing to move products. But the biggest economic impact could come from uncertainty. Trump announced tariffs, then backed off. Now some deals are happening. But businesses are unsure on how to plan with so much in flux. It'll take time to see if Oregon or the U.S. in general actually become less dependent on the global economy, or if the tariffs just make the existing system more expensive. Until then, the only thing that's really certain is that Oregon businesses are in a new era of uncertainty.